Hello, everyone. So we're back again with the Challenge World Championships. We're on episode 5. Last time we had, was it Benha and Jody versus Rodrigo and Naya. And Rodrigo and Naya went home because they suck. Mostly Naya, but Rodrigo, I mean, he's old and feeble. It wasn't going to work. But he did teach people how to dance salsa. So there's that. Was it salsa? Was that just food? Who knows? So he's gone. And so is Naya. She's garbage. She's always been garbage. It just is what it is. So we come to this episode, and there's a lot of politics. Everyone's politicking. You got the new kids. They don't want to go along with the veterans. They don't want to do what they want to do. You know, they want to make their own path, do their own thing, have their own power. So, mainly led by Grant and Danny. They mainly want to make the rules and do their own thing. And you got Bananas and Wes on the other side. They're not technically aligned, but they're kind of moving the game in the same direction. And the new kids don't like that, So they're thinking about taking control of the game and, putting some numbers together. It was revealed in this episode that Zaya, was it Zaya? I think it's Zaya, has dyslexia. I don't know why they felt the need to include that information, but Zaya is dyslexic. Fantastic. So everyone is getting ready for the next competition. Politics again. Apparently the Australians don't trust Kiki. It has to be something to do with her face, It's just not a trustworthy face. It looks like she's wearing a mask. A mask from literally the movie Mask on her carved up face. And it is quite shocking to see. And I think some of the girls commented that Kiki just loves makeup and she's a girly girl. And just like, she better love makeup, because with a face like that, you got to do something. You can't just rest on your laurels. Like, I suppose she could work on her personality, but she seems nice enough, It's just that face. It's quite chilling. If I saw that in the middle of the night, I would think some sort of demon was resurrected. It's unsettling. I'll just say that. So Wes is making plans as to what he'll do in the game. He's thinking about setting rumors in place, manipulate people a little bit. He's planting seeds and all this stuff, making alliances with as many people as he can. And it's just working both sides, of the house. So many people still, they gotta really start rushing them out the house, because I am not keeping track with all their storylines. Apparently there's a storyline with Casey. Someone just asked her about her girlfriend, Nani, and she's talking about making money so that they can start a family. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's the only screen time Casey's going to get the entire season. So I hope she enjoyed it. I hope she loved that. She's thinking about starting a family. Anyways, apparently Ben, I think, who's he aligned with? Ben is partnered with Casey. And Ben has been pulled in a bunch of different directions. He's been pulled to align with the veterans, and he's also being pulled to align with the new kids, being Danny and Grant. And he's trying to make his decision as to what would be best for him. Apparently, he's thinking with the new kids, he's going to be, he's thinking with the veterans, he's going to be at the bottom of the alliance. With the new kids, he might have some influence, but he doesn't know that many people. So he's thinking about which way to go and which way would be best for him. All right. So we get to the daily challenge, and it is so the first part of the challenge was they had to drink these disgusting little drinks here. And Wes and Zara, is it Zara or is it Zaya? I think it's Zara, decided, well, Wes decided, and he told her that they'll just skip the drinks. There's a penalty, keep in mind, there's a penalty for not drinking the drinks. So here's what they have. They have to drink the drinks, and in the process of drinking the drinks, if they throw up, they lose 2 points. If they don't finish the drinks within the allotted time, they lose 5 points. Wes decided that they're just going to skip drinking the drinks and concentrate on making up points during the second part of the competition. Here's the problem. Everyone starts at the exact same time, so not drinking the drinks doesn't give you an advantage, it only gives you a penalty. So if everyone else is starting at 0 for the second part and they can make up points, and you're starting at a negative, it only makes it harder for you, not easier in any way. But that's what he decided to do. And they lost 5 points. At least they didn't throw up, because that would be an extra 2 points. So they only lose 5 points. Everybody else finishes their drinks. And here is the next part of the challenge. Let's see here. As you can see, they're going to be on these cranes. They're going to be flipping them around, and they have to catch these rings. All right, they have to catch these rings that their partners are going to be tossing to them. And after they catch the ring, they're going to swing around and they're going to toss it in this basket in order to score. All right. I think the different colors rings are different points. I think like the brown, or is it the gray green rings are like, was it like 1 point, and then the red ones are like 2 points, something like that. All right, so that's how it goes. But here is the problem. The problem is Zara can't throw. See her throw, and she just missed Wes completely. You see that, right? Wes was swinging. She threw the ring after he passed her. Like, she waited for him to come. As soon as he's right next to her, throw the ring, and of course he's going to keep going, and the ring falls right behind him. That is how you throw a ring at a person that's stationary, not someone that is moving. So she keeps doing stuff like that. And guess what happens? They weren't able to make any points because Zara can't throw. And Wes wasn't able to catch any of the rings to score the points. So they just stayed with negative points. You see the problem now, right? They're the only ones with negative points, and they stayed with negative points and wasn't able to make up any of the points. I think they made up 2. I think they made up 2 points. So they have 3. -3. They're the only ones with negative. Other people had at least 0. So even if they couldn't make points, they had 0. All right. So in that first round, only one team was negative, and that was Wes and Zara. In the second round, a different group went, and I think in that round, some people got negatives as well. I think Tio and who's his partner? Sarah? Tio threw up, which means that's a -2 points. There was also Amber. She threw up and she wasn't able to finish the drink, so that's -7 points. 5 points for not finishing and 2 points for throwing up. So that's a -7. But when it comes to the throwing aspect of it, they were able to make up those points. And in the end, the losing team, Wes and Zara. Hooray! Well done. All because they decided not to finish the drink. Because they thought, for some reason, Wes thought it was a strategic advantage. The winning team, though, was in fact, it was Kiki and what's his name? Darrell. Kiki and Darrell, because Kiki can throw really well. She can throw better than all the other girls. And she was throwing the rings right to him, and all Darrell had to do was just throw him in the basket. All right, so they were able to win. Well done on her. I think the only team that didn't choose a girl to throw was Ben and what is her name? Casey. Ben chose to throw while Casey was in charge of scoring. But I think they should have switched, because I think Casey played football before and she should have been pretty good at throwing, and and Ben would have been able to just, score. They should have done that, because Casey was missing a lot. And they could have probably won if they did that, if they just did it the original way, but they wanted to be original. Anyways, so that is what we got. We got our winners and we got our losers. And since Wes and Zara is going to go into elimination, now it's time for politicking. The veterans, they want to throw in. They wanted to throw in a strong team to take out Wes and Zara. And the new guys also wanted to throw in a strong team, but they wanted that strong team to be veterans. So their choice, they decided that they're going to sacrifice Grant and John A. In order to throw in Jordan and Kaz, right? So that's their choice, because Darrell and Kiki's on their side. So Darrell and Kiki, who won, are going to choose Jordan and Kaz instead of Grant and John A. So that's their plan. They're going to throw out those two names and make it look like they're impartial, but really they're counting on Darrell and Kiki to choose who they want chosen. All right, that is the situation. So they go back and forth, and they're counting on Ben to be on side with this plan. All right. So they go to the vote, and everyone's voting back and forth, and they thrown out Grant and John A. and Jordan and Kaz, and it's going back and forth, and it's looking like it's tied. But then Ben, somehow, he was supposed to put in, he didn't put in the people that he was supposed to choose. I can't remember who he voted for. I literally can't, I'm drawing a blank. I think he voted 2 Australians. I think he voted Yes and Emily and Grant and John A. I think that's what he did. All right. So it ended up being a tie between Wes and John A. and freaking Grant and Grant and John A. and Jordan and Kaz. It ended up being a tie between them, but it came down to Tori and Danny, and Tori wanted to save Jordan because he's her ex-fiance, and Danny wasn't about that. So it became indecisive, and they didn't really come to a decision. So it became a stalemate, and a vote wasn't decided. So since a vote wasn't decided, no one knows what's going to happen, and everyone is pissed off about what is going to go. All right. And they come to the elimination, And TJ informs them because there's a stalemate. The vote is going to come down to it's going to come down to Darrell and Kiki, and they get to decide out of everyone else who is going to face Wes and Zara in elimination. That is where the episode ends, and I don't know why. They spend way too much time on that freaking goddamn political bullshit. They could have skipped that and just do the elimination, but they didn't. Just terrible. So that's where it ends, and that is where I got pissed off. And now you're pissed off. I haven't heard it. So until the next episode.